said, because I went by, I was like, there's no way that one. Yeah. This one, he is silent. That cylinder. I was gonna say S-Slinger.
Or yeah, Slinger. Sorry, Slinger. Yeah, but the E silent. The E silent.
Oh no. It's the way S-Slinger. That's why he capitalized the S.
Oh,
So it is
okay.
S-Slinger.
I was gonna say.
Because it just works.
You ready to go? So that it's the game. So just keep
Oh, is that one? Okay, okay, sure.
up to go.
Okay. Okay.
U.S. Athletic Conference have many traditions, but that sportsmanship is not one of them. We appreciate your cooperation in creating a safe and positive game environment. Respect is the name of the game. Simon Fraser University respectfully acknowledges the unceded traditional territories of the Osage people, including the Tsleil-Waututh, the Pueblo, Squamish, and Musqueam Nation, on which SFU Burnaby is located.
I got the national championship with their band there. Damn.
In their hearts out there on the each one. Or is down there.
Never forget.
see. Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to Terry Potts Field for tonight's game between the visiting Western Washington University Vikings and your Simon Fraser University Red League. And now it's time to meet the starting lineups for both teams. We'll begin with today's starters for the Vikings. Starting today, number 2, Asia Harden. Number 4, Morgan Manley. Number 7, James Amira. Number 8, Tia Karen. Number 10, Claire Potter. Number 12, Emily Rice. Number 18, Reese Walker. Number 21, Olivia Grinnell. Number 22, Asia Musket. Number 23, Emily Holbrook. And the starting keeper, number 27, Ellie McGowan. Head coach of the Vikings, Travis Grinnell. And now, soccer fans, it's time to meet today's starting lineup for your SFU Red League. We begin with number 4, Elise Beaudry. Followed by number 5, Kate Smith. Number 6, Alyssa Clark. Number 9, Kira Scott. Number 10, Jensa Napier Kinley. Number 11, Abby Simpson. Number 12, Eve LaFontaine. Number 17, Hayden Sherwood. Number 19, Sarah Caravana. And number 20, without any further ado, it is time to get down to business. From Terry Fox View, it is the Western Washington Vikings. It is your SFU Red Leafs. Soccer fans, here we go!
The referee's not allowed to wear like sweaters on there. Man. Gonna be rough. Welcome to the GNAC Network for a battle for first place between the Simon Fraser Red Leafs and the Western Washington University Vikings. These two teams collectively have showcased their talents every game here in GNAC play, both with identical 6-0-1 records within their conference and are led by two of the top goal scorers in the GNAC, in Morgan Monalili and for Western Washington, and for SFU, Kira Scott. And we are underway here for what is set to be an excellent game. Here is Kira Scott. He's going to drive that into the middle of the field, and trying to chase onto that one was Caden Sherwood, but anticipated and intercepted by Ellie McGowan. McGowan will send that long. Ball played to the left wing. Here's Kira Scott trying to run onto it. Scott battling. Knockdown, gets up. Finds Alyssa Clark. Here's Clark trying to find Scott cutting in towards the net, and that was, again, intercepted. Good defense early on here by the Vikings. Ball played long over midfield. Team's heading that around here. Vikings come away with it. Here on the right wing. Under pressure and trying to cross that into the box, but that is out of play. Going to say that deflected off of SFU, and it will be a corner kick. Emily Rice will take the corner kick here. Rice will play that to the midpoint of the box, and that's headed. Bouncing around, here's a good opportunity, and play just wide. Sarah Lowen almost chested early on. Good chance for Western Washington to open the scoring. SFU back with possession here, looking for a chance of their own. Here's Beaudry to throw in. And a little miscommunication there. That ball is back in Vikings possession. Scramble for it at midfield. And ball will go out again for another corner kick. Ball played to the near post this time. That's headed away out of danger and cleared just short of midfield. Ball back in Vikings' hands here. Here's the battle for it, and Elise Beaudry will box out and watch that go out to play for a goal kick. Emily Rice there was trying to get on the attack for the Vikings. Lowen will play that short to Kate Smith. Here's Smith. She'll play that down the left wing. It's intercepted again. And ball played out of bounds off of Beaudry. Muscalt will throw it in. We'll throw that in long. Takes a Vikings bounce, and now ball played into the box. Scores! Morgan Manalili, and it's 1-0. What a start for the Vikings early on in this one. Right off that throw, and just a weird bounce that goes over Ganley Napier's head, and then ball played around right onto the foot of one of the most dangerous strikers in the GNAC. Not what you want to see if you're SFU early on here. See if they can answer. Here's Clark. Playing that to the right wing. Now here's Faramo. Faramo. Out-muscled for that one. And ball played out of bounds there for an SFU throw.
The assistant number 10, Claire Bonner.
That is Manalili's 10th of the season, hitting double digits. Now here's another chance on the attack of the Vikings again. Slowing things down, looking for an outlet. Now crossed into the box and played long. And play did continue for a second there, but play was whistled down. Lowen will have the goal kick here. Again intercepted. Vikings getting in the way of SFU passes early and often here. And now that ball is played too far. Be out again for a goal kick for Sarah Lowen. Lone will play that short. Here's LaFontaine. To the wing to Simpson. Simpson finds Clark in the midfield. Now here's Clark. Delays. Plays that long and just out of reach of Faramo. Vikings back on it. Playing that one long down the left wing and out of bounds. Here's Smith. Had that intercepted. Here's another opportunity. And Abby Simpson does well to get back and take away that counter opportunity for the Vikings. Now down the left wing. Ball played out off of SFU. Another throw in here. Ball thrown into the box and cleared out of bounds, and will be another corner kick. Looks like Manalili will be taking the corner kick. Manalili will throw that into the middle. It's punched out and now cleared all the way down by Kira Scott. Plays intercepted. Here is Kira Scott trying to get a return pass from Caravata, and again, excellent play by the Vikings back line. And now there's a dangerous one that Lowen has to track down. Calm under pressure. Just play that to LaFontaine, who goes long. Just gives it right back to the Vikings. That passing attempt deflected and is back to the Red Leafs for a moment. Played whistle down here, and SFU will have a free kick. SFU trying to get some momentum going here after a pretty solid start in the first couple minutes. It has been all Vikings. Ball played high into the middle of the box. It's cleared for a second. Now here's an attempt, and that goes just high. Kira Scott almost answering for the Red Leafs, but puts that over the crossbar. Scott has been very dangerous this year with 7 goals and 2 assists in just 9 games. Ball out for a throw here in Vikings territory. SFU will throw it in. Ball thrown into the edge of the box and taken away and cleared. LaFontaine will track it. Under pressure. We'll just let it go out of bounds so she can throw it back in. Ball headed around here, battle for it at midfield. Red Leafs will come away with it. Here's some space on the left wing. Here's Elise Baudry. Baudry cuts back outside and again is met instantly by a Viking defender. Vikings swarming on the defensive end here. Not giving Red Leafs attackers any space. Baudry will throw. Go down the left sideline. Just long of Faramo. Now a battle for it. Ball goes out of bounds off the Red Leafs. Reese Walker won that battle for Western Washington. Ball will be thrown in and go off of Scott. Another throw-in opportunity here. Muscalt will throw it in. Directing traffic, looking for an open teammate. And almost does. And that ball will go out for a goal kick, but again, a favorable bounce, and Emily Holdridge looked to get on the attack there on the right wing. Now here's Lowen playing that one short of midfield, and teams exchange possession here. Now the Red Leafs come away with it and try to go long down the right wing, and again, Vikings back line strong to the task there. I'll play that out. Red Leafs will attempt to get something going here on a throw-in. Ball now down the left wing. Being played around and out of bounds again. We'll repeat that process once more, and Vikings will clear that past midfield. Now here's a race for it. And Kate Smith rather, get onto that and clear it out of bounds. So the Vikings were almost on a counterattack again. Muscalt will throw it in. Gets a favorable bounce and gets it back. She'll play that to the middle of the box, and Napier Ganley got in the way of that. Ball will then be played out of bounds. Simpson will throw in, get a return pass, and ball will deflect out of bounds once more. And play blown down there. Unfair challenge. Free kick here for Western Washington. Ball played on to the top of the box and cleared away by Sarah Caravata. Now Vikings onto it on the attack and battle for the ball. Vikings with it. Little outside in move, trying to cross that in to the middle of the box, and good defense by the Red Leafs back line. .28 to go in the first half.
All right, Haley, we're trying to figure out what's the sound that a refuge makes.
And LaFontaine will clear that.
Important research we're trying to
Passing attempt to midfield to Caravata.
What is our
She's out muscled there, and Vikings are back on it. Here's Muscall. She'll play that long and out of bounds.
Okay, good. You're on par with what we've decided to do.
Here's Faramo battling for the ball.
Yeah, I don't know if that's good for us. It's all
Vikings come away with it, and Faramo takes a foul there, free kick. This is in a battle with Jane Hamora. Vikings patiently progressing the ball upfield. Here's Muscall. To Potter. Playing that to the box, and that gets on. Here's an opportunity and just wide. Another good opportunity for the Vikings. It was Monolili again. And flag is up for offside there. As Reese Walker was just ahead of the Red Leafs back line. Vikings not giving the Red Leafs any room to work. Here's Kira Scott. To Caravata. To Clark. Plays that long to Sherwood. Sherwood. Surrounded, has to play that off to Napier Ganley, who plays that into the box and bounces harmlessly on to McGowan. Haven't called Caden Sherwood very much tonight so far, an impact player for the Red Leafs. Two goals and 9 assists for 13 points this season. Now, low and pressured, and that was dangerous. Got rid of that just in time. Muscall played that out. Beaudry will throw in. Trying to get that on to Caravata, and she was boxed out by Muscat. Caravata tried to play that to Faramo. And Potter won the challenge but was too aggressive in doing so. Will be a free kick here. Clark will take it. She'll play that to the right side. It's knocked away out of danger. And Caden Sherwood will have to rush back and play that to Kate Smith. Smith will just get rid of it under pressure. Smart play. Vikings will reset here with possession. Vikings with it again. And another pass intercepted. Vikings counter the other way. Here they are on the left wing. And good job by Napier Ganley to get back and take that off of the foot of the Vikings. Will be a throw-in for the Vikings, though, deep in Redley's territory. Inside out move, ball played to the box and headed on to Lowen. And they're going to say that cross. Nope. Yes, they are. They're going to say that crossed the goal line. I'll check the replay here. I don't have a good angle at it, but Claire Potter seemed emphatic that that crossed the line. Potter makes it 2-0. And Lowen is talking to the official here. She is not happy. A beautiful cross into the box by Manalili, and Potter gets a good chunk of that on a header.
Western Washington University Gophers at the season scored by number 10, Claire Potter. The assist to number 4, Morgan Manalili.
SFU with their back against the wall here. What a start to this game for the Vikings. Here's Beaudry. To Scott, and just not on the same page there. Muscat will throw in here for the Vikings. Gets a return pass, plays that into the box, and Right on to Lowen. Here's Smith, trying to go along to Beaudry, and again, out of reach. Now here's the battle won by Potter. Here's Potter with an opportunity, and she'll play that off of Kate Smith and out. That'll be a corner kick. Couple of substitutions here.
Substitutions being made by both teams. For SFU coming into the game number 16, Caitlin Langolinsky. Going in for number 10, Tensa Napier-Ganley. Western Washington substitution into the game number 14, Trina Mitchell. Going in for number 23, Emily Holdred.
Ball played into the middle, and it's in! Curled in from the corner, Emily Rice. And it's 3-0. Unbelievable. That didn't touch anyone. That just went straight in. A David Beckham-esque bend that finds the middle of the net. What a goal by Rice.
Western Washington University goal for second of the season scored by number 12, Emily Rice.
Now here's Scott. Scott plays that long looking for Sherwood, and then it'll be out of bounds. This has been a dream start for the Vikings. 17 to go in the first half, up by 3. Clark taken down and draws the referee's attention here. Here's Sherwood on the right wing. Sherwood. Back to Smith. Smith joins the attack. Tried to play that to Caravat, and that was taken away. Now here's Lowen. Play that long to midfield. Ball headed back to the Vikings. And again played out of bounds. Here's Faramo. Again going long, no one home. Now Faramo will play that again to Sherwood, and that's off again. Redleaf's just off on a lot of their long balls that they usually connect on. And when they do connect on a pass, there is a Vikings defender there swarming. Excellent team defense by Western Washington. It's another opportunity. Down the left wing, played into the middle of the box. And excellent play by Faramo to knock that away.
Substitutions being made by the Vikings. Coming into the game, number 13, Andre Oldridge, going in for number 18, Reese Walker. The second substitution coming in, number 15, Ava Esslinger. Going in for number 22, Keisha Muskin.
Abby Simpson pressured. Ball went out of play and went off the Vikings last. Here's Beaudry with lots of space down the left wing. Here's Beaudry. Battling inside, finds Caravata. To Scott. Here's Scott cutting back to the middle. Scott had Sherwood and looked like Sherwood doubted that that one was going to get to her right foot. Very frustrating start here for the Red Leafs. Now here's Clark. To Scott. Nice move to get free. Here's Scott into the box, taken down. Ball loose. Here's a drive and just high. Magdalensky going for goal. Kira Scott still fighting here. Beautiful play to spin to her left, get free, and taken down in the box. Surrounded by 3 Vikings defenders. Good effort. That was a clean tackle. It was ball first. To go here in the first half.
Western Washington substitution. Coming in number 30, Abby Suchi. Going in for number 7, James Camiro.
Clark with it. Finds Smith. Here's Smith. Goes long to Beaudry. Beaudry. Plays that off Harden for a corner. Clark puts that to the far post. Ball batted around and still with it. And fanning on the clearance attempt. Bradley still with it, and Sherwood will draw another corner. Nope, they're going to say that actually went out of bounds first, so will be a goal kick. McGowan will take this. will play that out of bounds past midfield. Here's Kira Scott winning a battle for the ball there. Now here's a loose ball. Scott racing onto it, trying to battle McGowan, and McGowan gets there first. Kira Scott giving it everything she has. Trying to get her team back into this one. Amanda Lilly has that taken away. Clark will play that past midfield and away from Sarah Caravata. Now Caravata has it. Caravata stops, finds Faramo. Faramo under pressure, has to put that back to LaFontaine. Faramo, 2 Vikings on her. Gets it away to LaFontaine. Now Simpson has it. Simpson going long for Sherwood. That pass was too far inside. Vikings will take that and try to clear this away. Amanda Lilly on it to the wing. Ball played long and out of bounds. The motor that the Vikings play with is very impressive. Despite being up by 3, they are still battling for every ball, 2 defenders on every loose ball, and they're winning a lot of those battles. Travis Connell probably ecstatic with his team's effort so far. Abby Simpson a little bit too aggressive on that challenge. Play whistle down. Rice will take the free kick. Bodry. Tried to get that onto Caravata just over her head. Now here's Scott. Magdalinski. On to Simpson. Lowen will roll that to Smith. Here's Smith. Back to the middle, that's turned over. And now going for goal from long. Abby Suchi with a good chance there. Here's Clark. That pass couldn't get through. Clark on it again. Playing that long for Scott. Scott battling. On the wing. Cuts back to the middle. Here's Scott again. Scott with some space. Drives that in net. Scores! What a shot by Kira Scott! And Red Leafs draw back to within 2. Red Leafs crowd back in this one with just 4:41 to go in half number 1, and from what's been a disaster of the first half for the Red Leafs so far, Kira Scott has made this a manageable lead.
The second West Washington substitution coming in at number 17, Kate Spring, for number 12, Emily Rice. And Red Leafs go! Her 8th of the season, scored by number 9, Kira Scott!
They cheered. All these people cheered.
Here's Faramo. Red Leafs with a new bit of energy after that goal. Battle for it. Red Leafs come away with it. It's Clark. Back to Smith. To the wing to Beaudry. Here's Beaudry. She has some room now. Here's Beaudry. Onto her right foot. To Magdalinski. Surrounded. Has to play that off to LaFontaine. LaFontaine into the middle. Cleared away, and she'll retreat and put that back to Lowen. Lowen. Back to Smith. Smith will go long looking for Magdalinski, just too far out of reach. Now here's Lowen. Going long to Scott. A little tangle up there between Beaudry and Scott. Here's Clark. Carvada. Goes long to Sherwood. Here's Sherwood. She cuts to the middle. Here's the space for Sherwood. Sherwood with a drive and doesn't get as much on it as she'd like. Easily stopped by McGowan. Great run by Sherwood. Was using her weak foot.
Maybe I don't know these things. I don't know. I don't know well enough. I'll watch this video.
Here's LaFontaine. And that was dangerous. Ball deflected, luckily, right onto Lowen. 1:27 to go here in half number 1. Here's Smith to Scott. Had that taken away and ball played out. Pass was just past Holdridge. Now Beaudry will throw in. And that goes off Caravata and out. But it's going to be a foul, so Clark will have a chance to play this into the box. Under a minute to go here in half number 1. Clark plays that into the box, headed around. Ball comes out to Sherwood and had that knocked away at the last second. Now here's Magdalinski. Back to Lowen. One last chance for the Red Leafs here in the first half. Ball batted around. Now a battle for it, and Vikings will come away with it.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that'll do it for half number one. All Western Washington early in this one, getting a commanding 3-goal lead. But an incredible individual effort by Kira Scott in the final minutes of half number one. Have the Red Leafs down just 2. A manageable deficit between these two teams battling for first place in the GNAC. We will see what the second half has to hold in about 15 minutes here, and we will be right back on the GNAC Network. Welcome back to the GNAC Network here at Terry Fox Field for the second half between the Simon Fraser Red Leafs and the Western Washington Vikings. All Vikings in this one early, getting off to a 3-0 lead, dictating play, no space for SFU to work with, till about the final 10 minutes of the first half where SFU finally found a tiny bit of space to move into, and an individual effort by Kira Scott has cut into this lead and made it only 3-1. Just 2 goals. Who doesn't love a good comeback? At the same time, the Vikings, they don't want to come back today. They're going to do their best to hold on to this lead, and they have been dictating play, possession, and defensive effort all game. Players playing through the conditions here. It is pouring rain out, but we have had an excellent game so far nonetheless. Not a betting man, but if I was, I'd put money on the second half being just as good as the first. We are underway. Ball played out. SFU will throw in. Here's Faramo getting bodied off the ball, and that did lose that, but was knocked out by the Vikings again. Ball thrown long to Caravata. Caravata trying to come away with that. Had that knocked away, and then ball rolled on to Beaudry, who played that out. Vikings in possession. They'll throw in. Ball comes out to Beaudry. Here's Beaudry on the left wing, trying to cut back and had that taken away. This has kind of been the common theme tonight for SFU other than the last 10 minutes. The second they got the ball, there is 2 to 3 Vikings defenders on them and no space to work with. Here's Simpson. To Sherwood. Sherwood battling for the ball and took Emily Rice down. Foul called. Rice will play it. Rice had a fantastical to make it 3-0 on a corner kick that she curled into the net. Don't see that very often, but an unreal cross that went in on its own. Highlight reel stuff. Play was whistled down for offsides here. Sarah Lowen will take the free kick. She'll push her team upfield. Will drive that line drive to midfield. It's knocked down right away by the Vikings and again deflects out. Beaudry will throw in again. Ball played around here and knocked out by Faramo. Vikings with that. Alyssa Clark battling for the ball, comes away with it. And comes Clark. Physical effort there. Teams fighting for every inch of space here early on in the second half. That ball played long and out. Ball played all the way down there to McGowan. She'll take her time. Holdridge. Plays that ball back. Now there is a near turnover. Sarah Caravetta had some speed but couldn't get to the ball in time. Manalili darting in. Good challenge from behind. Magdalinsky got ball first. Now Clark's crossing attempt taken away by Rice. Here's some space to work with. Here's Caravata. Trying to get that to make Dolinsky. Header too far. Now LaFontaine will put that back to Lowen. Here's Caravata. On to Simpson. And plays that too long. Looking for Sherwood streaking down the right wing. Rice will throw in. Ball bounces around, comes up to Sherwood and goes off of Manalili and out. And that ball out off Manalili again. Simpson comes away with that. Here's Simpson. Magdalinsky. Verma. To the wing to Beaudry. Here's Beaudry. Trying to cut back into the middle and had that taken away. Ball cleared all the way downfield. Here's Lowen under pressure. Dangerously plays that soft to LaFontaine, but gets away with it. It's a battle for it. Beaudry comes away with it. We'll put that back to Smith. Beaudry gets a return pass. Throws that to Smith, who just goes long. And play that to Kira Scott. Here's Simpson. To Sherwood, and Rice cut in front of that and took it away again. Simpson throws that back to LaFontaine. Now that pass goes just long, looking for Magdalinski. But Clark comes back with it. Clark gets a return pass from Caravata. Here's Clark looking for Scott, and that's long. It goes out of bounds.
Well, that's sad. Well,
Sherwood trying to chase on to that, and Rice cleared it away. Ball played back to LaFontaine. And she'll just drive that past the back line for a goal kick.
or are they like garden clubs? That they are water?
Just over 10 minutes of play gone in this second half. No team with any good chances so far. Both teams playing well defensively. SFU needs to start getting on the attack here, down by 2. Now here's Kira Scott. Driving down the left wing. Here's Scott playing that into the box. Looking for Magdalinski. Ball punched away. McGowan got her hand on that just in time. Now here's Caravata. Tried to push that to the middle, and it's cleared away. That was the chance that the Red Leafs were looking for. See if they can get another one. Again, here's Scott. Still with it, taken down in the box. And slow to get up. And that is not a sight that you want to see if you are SFU. And as Scott is intended to, we'll take a quick break here and we'll be back. Scott able to walk off on her own accord. Good news, with a little bit of a limp, unfortunately. She will check out. And never like to see any player go down, but Red Leafs especially don't want to see their star player go down. So important, just vital to this Red Leafs team. Already missed a couple games this season due to injury. Hopefully she's okay. Here's Caravata. She'll go long, looking for Simpson down the right wing, and that ball's going to roll out of bounds. Ball sent long, and LaFontaine will get onto that and play that to her keeper. Lowen will play that. Manalili gets it, bounces to Rice, who will clear that down the left wing.
Substituting in the game for SFU number 10. 10's Napier Ganley. Going in for number 9, Kira Scott.
Here's Clark to the wing. Here's Beaudry running onto the ball with space. Beaudry tried to play that to Magdalensky and again cut off. Here's Napier Ganley. That takes an SFU bounce. Faramo. Back to Caravata. Now pass intended for Napier Ganley, too far. Manalili will take that away. Here's Napier Ganley. Back to Clark. To Simpson. Simpson, nice little fake to gain free, and then her pass just off looking for Sherwood. Now here's Lowen. To Smith. Smith turns that over. Manalili had her pass deflected by Napier Ganley. Here's Clark. Plays that long, looking for Magdalensky, but too far. Here's Caravata. Finds Sherwood and just rolls off her right foot.
Western Washington substitution coming into the game number 14. Trina Mitchell going in for number 23, Ellie Holdridge.
Turnover and Vikings have it. Here's Manalili. Playing that into the box. It was poked away. Vikings have to reset here. Harden made a nice play to get that to Rice. Rice to the middle of the field. Now here's Sherwood. Her pass intercepted. Now that ball played into the box dangerously, but just out of reach. Reese Walker was cutting to the net. Ball thrown in. And again out of bounds. Here's Manalili. Nice little move to get outside and had that poked out of bounds by Magdalinski. Battle for it in the corner. Ball will be played out once more. Now battle for it. SFU will grab that and clear that short of midfield, but Vikings back on it again. Manalili. To Harden. Here's Rice. Rice to Walker. Walker down the left wing and a beautiful tackle. Napier Ganley got in the way of Walker. She was trying to cut to goal. Now here's Rice. Drives that towards goal, deflected back to Walker. Here's Walker on the left wing. Walker. Again, putting that into the middle, and that was intercepted. Now Beaudry with it. And ball deflected out of bounds once again. Radleys will throw in now. Under pressure, Radley's forced to knock that far and out of bounds, just short of midfield. They're going to say that did deflect off the Vikings, so will be a throw in here for the Radleys. 22:49 to go in this one. A riveting first half has been followed by a slower paced second half as the Vikings clamp down defensively and try to hold on by 2 here. Nice move by Magdalinski. Again, trying to get that to Caravata, and Caravata had that knocked away. Lowen. Vikings doing an incredible job of controlling the ball and letting this clock wind down. Here's Manalili. And flag is up for offside. Lowen drives that ball to midfield. Redleaf's on it. Oh. Clark will try to chip that towards Beaudry. Ball deflected, and Beaudry will throw in.
SFU substitution coming into the game, number 18, Chelsea Groff. Going in for number 10, Tensa Nick-Ganley.
Chelsea Croc checking in for the Red Leafs. Ball played long and on to McGowan. She'll have no trouble with that one. Ball thrown in. Here are the Vikings along the right wing. And foul called against the Red Leafs. Free kick now.
Trying to get onto the road, you know, how it is.
Manalili with a beautiful move to spin free, puts that into the box, and it's just far. What an effort. Beautiful move in tight to get free. And now here's a turnover, almost just over the foot of Magdalinsky. Here's LaFontaine. To Croc, on to Simpson. Simpson plays that long. Sherwood trying to run onto it and rolls out of the back line. And they're going to say that did deflect off of the Vikings, so there will be a corner kick here. Clark will take this one. Red Leafs desperately need something to get back into this. Down by 2 with time running out. Ball played to the near post. Knocked away. And finally out of danger as the ball goes out of bounds. Off Croc and out. Bryce will throw in. Throws that right to Sherwood, though. Now here's Croc. Back to Clark. Clark gets knocked down, and that'll draw a foul. And now here is a free kick in a dangerous area. Will Clark go for goal here? Or will she attempt to cross us into the box?
I didn't see him, did I?
Clark will play that low, and that'll roll on to McGowan for a save. That is not a sure thing in this weather. Nice back heel touch. Here's Rice. Had that knocked off of Sherwood and out. Abraham chasing on to that, but knocked away by LaFontaine. Ball batted around at midfield. Here's Faramo. Faramo plays that to the middle to Croc. Croc under pressure. Back to Faramo to Sherwood. Here's Sherwood. Simpson. Makes a move and plays that nicely along the right wing, but Sherwood got tangled up.
Shoe size.
14:50 to go here.
Clean foot. Legs.
Red Leafs
2 clean legs. So you all
trying to force a turnover here and press. But that ball goes off of them again and out. Physical challenge by Rice to come away with it. Now ball played along the left side, but Sarah Lowen will cut that out. Tyra Mitchell was attempting to run onto that one. Here's Beaudry. Ball played out for another Vikings throw-in. And that one deflects off the Vikings and out off of that, and now Red Leafs will go. Magdalinski on to Caravata, and that was too long off Caravata's foot and out.
the ball person has nothing else. So let's hold. Sorry, you don't have your thing.
Vikings continuing to control possession. Red Leafs trying to find something here. Simpson tries to find Sherwood in behind, and Rice did well to get in the way of Sherwood. Ball rose on to McGowan. She'll likely send this long and out of trouble. She plays that about to midfield, and Chelsea Croc will get onto that for SFU. Faramo. Touch to LaFontaine, and that's intercepted. Here's Manalili. Manalili on the attack, and her pass was cut out by Clark, but Again, played long right onto McGowan, and she'll just cover that and be able to kill some more clock.
He was here when I was
Here's Simpson. Has that knocked away. Mitchell on it. Physical challenge on Croc there. Here's Clark. Trying to get that to Magdalinsky. Cut out again. Now here's Mitchell. And softly played that to no one. Baudry on it now. Here's Baudry. And that ball is played out of bounds.
Western Washington substitution coming in number 23. Emily Holbert going in for number 14. Tryon Mitchell.
Mitchell out, Holdridge in. Manalili will play that to open space, and Rice will try to race onto it. She'll get there first. Rice to Manalili. Try to pass to the wing there, and Simpson got in the way, but will knock it out of bounds. And they will say that went off the Vikings, so will be a throw-in. Good play by Simpson. She'll throw it in now. Throwing that into a crowd and look to go off Rice and out. Simpson will get another go at it. Under 10 to go here. Bradley still trail 3-1. Vikings are playing a perfect second half, not giving the Red Leafs any opportunity to cut into this lead. Playing stout defense, warming like they have been all game.
Substitution for Western Washington coming into the game number 10, Claire Plummer for number 18, Reese Walker.
And if the Vikings can hold on here, they will have sole control over first place in the GNAC. And would have done so in a massive road victory. Still 8:25 to go, nothing resolved yet. The Red Leafs desperately need to get something going. Ball played out by the Red Leafs, another throw-in. For the Vikings. Vikings will take that, but give it right back. Here's Croc. To Sherwood. Sherwood has that knocked away. Sherwood gets in the way of that pass, though, and that ball almost deflected to Caravata. Instead, it goes to Clark. Here's Clark. Here's Magdalinski. Magdalinski taken down. And Magdalinski will get the benefit of the doubt on that call. That was just outside the box, so it will be a free kick, not a penalty. And the Red Leafs get something here. Best chance of the second half so far. Clark fakes. Shot is on into the box. Stop. Ball batted around and knocked out of bounds. What a chance. And McGowan and the Vikings somehow kept that out. It will be out for a corner. Clark again will play that into the box. Red Leafs finally pressing. Ball is in. They score. So you're saying there's a chance. It is 3-2 with 6:19 to go. And the Red Leafs will grab that ball and race to midfield. And that was a scramble in front. Not sure exactly who put that in. We'll take a look. Looks like Simpson may have been the last one to touch it. But anyway, Red Leafs are back on the attack. Vermo to Beaudry, and it goes too long. Throw in here for the Vikings. Here's Beaudry. Two Vikings on her. Taken down, and will be a free kick for SFU as they race to get this off. Clark will drill that onto the left wing for Caravan, and it goes long and out. McGowan will take the goal kick here for the Vikings. That ball will be played out. SFU throw in. Beaudry goes fast. Tries to go along the wing for Magdalinski. Magdalinski has that roll off her foot and out. Vikings will throw in here, 4:32 to go. Ball batted around and out. SFU throw again. Here's Beaudry. Again taken down. Ball goes all the way back to Kate Smith. Smith puts that on. Knocked away by Hardin onto Caravata. Caravata holds, looks to her right. That ball deflects. Simpson almost had some room streaking in there, but the ball will go all the way back. Ball played long. And right on to McGowan, who will snag that. Ball played out of bounds. Beaudry will throw in again. That was taken away and pulled down from behind by Sherwood. That was most definitely a foul. Good call by the official. Manalili did an excellent job to cause the stoppage. Now here's Clark, back with it. Goes long and no one's home. Out for another goal kick. Time running out here. .2:23 to go. McGowan sends that long. Again out of bounds. Beaudry and that deflected off of Redleaf and out. 153. Ball headed around. Another throw in. Red Leafs have been stuck along that left sideline and cannot break free here. Here's Kate Smith having to retreat. Back to Lowen. Here's LaFontaine. And that ball deflects on long. Final minute of play here. McGowan will drive that long to the sideline, and it hit Beaudry and went out. With 30 seconds here, Red Leafs are going to need a miracle. Ball poked loose. Here's Clark. One last chance. Clark going to Kroc. That's intercepted. Ball deflected back. Faramo. Back to LaFontaine. 13 seconds left. Can the Red Leafs get forward here? Ball knocked out. Last opportunity. Thrown into Caravata and out, and that is going to do it. The Vikings hold on, and they will claim sole possession of first place in the GNAC in an excellent matchup between these two teams. Vikings get off to a 3-0 lead right off the bat. Red Leafs come storming back, but cannot find the equalizer in the final minutes. Vikings will hold on for a massive road victory. And again, are now first with sole possession of first place in the GNAC. Thank you for tuning into the broadcast. Thank you to all that made this possible with the broadcast team, stats, and everyone else involved. What a great game to be a part of. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you guys next time here on the GNAC Network.